can make a loaf. It's not going to be that hard. I think by that time you'll have the loaf figured out.
You think by Tuesday?
Yeah, I think you can have it figured out by Tuesday.
There's no way.
Just watch the videos of that girl that I sent you on TikTok.
There's just no way. But you're right. It could be done. So, anyhow.
And she'll teach you how to work that dough out, girl.
One day. Anyhow. So, dude, we're back. What are you gonna say?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god is right. Hairy enough.
That's a lot of licking, chicken.
Yeah. So we're back.
We're back.
I'm Tom Sofa.
And I'm Mike fucking Tomato.
That's right. MFT. This is Sofa Tomatoes. Thanks for tuning in.
Sofa Tomatoes. Sofa Tomatoes. Sofa Tomatoes.
I think this might be episode 25.
We hit our quarter quill.
Quarter quill it is.
Nice.
And
we're really doing it. We have a body of work that now exists in the ether of the internet.
Yeah, she's not thick.
What a concept.
But we got her.
I got a little stony baloney last night.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Did your what? Okay.
Get your thoughts in order. Get your thoughts right.
Hold on a second.
Before you come and collect.
So, are you comfortable talking about therapy?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's talk about it.
So,
let's do therapy.
So last we spoke, I believe you were considering the devil's lettuce for last weekend, but because you weren't seeing your therapist, you were considering not indulging in the devil's lettuce, but you were kind of tinkering.
You're right.
Type of thing.
I was teetering, as they say.
And did you teeter towards that this past weekend?
I made a salad, if that's what you're asking. I made a salad with the devil's lettuce.
Okay.
And then I set that salad on fire.
Oh.
And then I put it in my lungs.
That's cool. And what's the consistency like? Are you back? Is this a daily thing now? Are you an evening guy? Is it every couple?
I am an evening toker, I think, through and through to my soul.
Yeah.
I think because sometimes if I get high during the day, then I turn into like a vampire and I'm like, ooh, the sun. Like I can't. Yeah. What is she doing?
Totally.
So I'm gonna stick to the evenings. I think it's a nice little like nightcap.
A little send off.
The only thing that I'm still, I guess, like have to work through and be like more disciplined if I'm gonna continue this.
Yeah.
Is that when I need to go to bed, I just go.
Turn the screens off. Put the phone to the side.
Phones away.
Close your eyes.
Close the eyes.
And just
wait for the Sandman to take me. But
one of the best parts about sleep, real quick, is that in order to go to sleep, you have to pretend to sleep.
You're right. You do.
You know,
you do. You have to trick your brain into thinking that you can sleep, so you do sleep.
You literally have to lay down and be like, "Hey, I'm asleep." Like, do the thing type of thing, and just let nature run its course. But you got to pretend in order to make that happen.
You're right.
So kind of a fun little thing that I like to think about sometimes.
Don't get me. I'm acting. I'm acting. But I like the nightcap vibe still.
Yep.
I'm still doing the thing where like I'll smoke a little bit and then I'll exercise.
Love that.
That has maintained.
Pro.
So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes the workout a little bit more fun.
For sure.
Because I got headphones in and then I'm dancing.
Oh, yes.
I'm dancing my little ass off in my spare room,
mm-hmm.
which I love. You can't do that in a public gym. I have shame. So if I had no shame, then yes, I could in between sets just dance my little white ass off in the middle of a gym. But since I have shame, I don't.
Fair. So welcome back to the Elliptical podcast. This is Tom. When I'm on the elliptical, especially if I'm solo in the gym, but even if I'm not, because I know anybody else who's in the gym, they're not looking at me while I'm doing my thing. If I'm catching a groove, if I'm really feeling the music a little bit, I can kind of like, one hand on one thing and I'll kind of like get a little excited, get on like back and kind of go with the rhythm type of thing. But that's about as far as I get. I really don't go much farther than that.
I love a treadmill for one reason and one reason only. And it's the moment that when I'm on the treadmill, I don't run on a treadmill, first of all.
I would never.
I want to qualify that.
Heavy
I set
stepper.
the grade up, so it's still difficult.
Yeah.
But I will not be running. But I got music in, and for me, I'm a house music type of girl.
Don't feel that.
I want the
Don't feel
poons,
that.
poons, poons. I want the BPMs to match my heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't
And
hate
then on this treadmill, I stomp on these hoes like I am Naomi Campbell. Every time. And it's fun.
Bam.
It is. It's like, oh my God, who is she? Is she walking in Victoria's Secret right now? No, she's walking on a treadmill at Planet Fitness.
Fuck yes.
But in my head,
yes.
in my delusion, you can't tell me that I'm not walking Paris Fashion Week for Mugler.
To quote Kramer up here, I'm already gone.
Exactly. Yes. I've never felt truer words in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes it fun. I even do that when I'm like walking to work. Like if I'm like headphones in, because I'm an AirPods out in public type of walker.
Thank the Lord for AirPods.
I've only raw dogged a couple commutes to work.
Crazy.
And it's not the worst.
Couldn't be me.
But it's not great. I don't recommend it. But when I have my AirPods in and I'm walking down the Belmont Tube at 8 a.m.,
right,
Naomi Campbell has returned to the city of Chicago.
Hell yeah, she has.
And I am obsessed. And one of the things that I do love about music in particular, like when I search for music, I search for that like one cunty song that I can like stomp the girls to.
Right.
And that's just for me. That's just for me.
You got to stomp to those things.
Because nothing gets my goose peppers in order like the idea that these bitches could never be me.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You got legs for miles.
So long. I've never had short legs.
Just.
I'm practically a giraffe.
Yeah? Wait.
They got long legs.
No, they got a long neck.
And legs. When was the last time you seen a fucking giraffe?
Well, I mean,
gotta go to the zoo.
I guess, but when I think giraffe, I think
You
tall.
think neck.
I think tall, but I'm thinking neck. I'm not thinking legs.
No.
If I'm thinking legs,
ostrich.
God. You think ostrich when you think legs? You think I should think ostrich?
That bird is all leg.
They are a lot of leg. Gosh, I guess what do I think when I think all leg?
Obviously not giraffe and not ostrich.
Yeah, like I almost lean horse. But they don't have that much leg, I guess. That's the problem.
Nothing on a giraffe or an ostrich.
I know. I'm not arguing you there.
You can even do like...
I'm trying to understand my own
emu.
rationale here. I'm not going emu if you're talking giraffe or fucking ostrich.
It's practically an ostrich. It's just a little different.
Yeah.
Or a spider. You can pretty much think spider of leg because, you know, they got long legs. It's kind of their game.
Sure. I don't know.
But either way, I am that high fashion girl listening to that music.
True.
And nobody can tell me otherwise. Not even Jesus.
That's a fact.
But my Spotify Discover Weekly has really been throwing me nothing but misses lately.
Else?
Yeah. It's not cute.
Mine's not good either. Mine's in a bad place. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the summer slump because nobody's releasing good music these days. But yeah, my last 2 weeks have been a snooze fest. I haven't even downloaded any of their recommendations.
Yeah. I found some random 1970s soul fusion jam female vocalist album that I came across last week that I really, really enjoyed. And there were like 2 songs that I snagged from it, but like that's old music. That's 50-year-old music at this point.
Right. That ain't new.
So it's not new. And then,
but it's new to you.
New to me. I am enthralled with the album itself. And the other tune that I've been listening to is like a Joey Badass song from like 2000 or like early 2K.
Badass. Us.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Dude, still got it, even though this is an old song. So I guess I don't,
Okay.
whatever.
Good for Joe.
But those two of those, one song from that album and that Joey Badass song, they just pair really well back to back for me when I'm running through my list.
Would you ever go to Lala again?
Would I ever? I could see myself being a one dayer if it's got like a good lineup or whatever.
Sure,
but
sure.
I'm not like, if somebody says, "Hey, you want to spend over $300 to go listen to some tunes that you don't really know with a bunch of people that are younger than you for the most part."
Right. And that's what I was just curious about, because your music does tend to lean older.
Definitely.
60s, 70s, 80s vibes.
Yeah.
And that's not Lollapalooza.
True.
So I was just curious if you would entertain that.
Probably not. I am going to a concert though in July.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who?
Fish.
See? There we go.
I'm Fish.
Point proven.
Fish. But Fish is 90s though. Early 2000s.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were.
And today.
I thought they were 80s.
No.
But they're in
maybe like late 80s Trey got going, but
okay.
They're 90s for sure.
Yeah, but they're in the vein of like the Grateful Dead and Company thing. Well, so you
in the vein as in like same genre, sure.
Yes, and I think
completely different music.
Their clientele, their listeners
or consumers
are generally or consumers are generally of like an older demographic, in my opinion. I only know maybe 3 fans of Fish in my life, and that's you, Chuck, and I don't even know the third.
Kate, Brendan, and Brian Flynn, and there's a billion people.
I'm sure they're huge, and I'm sure everybody loves Fish.
But no, not everybody loves Fish. Really? That's the thing. A lot of haters out there.
A lot of Fish haters?
Well, a lot of people hate the pop music too. Like I'm not a huge pop music guy. I like a poppy song here and there, but
pop music to me is amazing. I love pop music.
It's fine
because it's grand.
Yeah.
But I took a class in college about pop music, and it was like the history of pop music, and that was incredibly fascinating.
Anything you want to share?
Because I'm going to get into it.
Go.
The way pop music emerged, say like in the 40s and the 30s, was like minstrel music. So it was like blackface theaters, like actors in blackface pretending to be black people in theaters for a nickel.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it slowly, changed over time to the pop music that we have today. So just the history of pop music in America in particular is very fascinating.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people don't consider historical context and race relationships. When you think of pop music, you just think, oh, Lady Gaga dropped a banger today. That's pop music. But it's like, no, think about what had to happen for Gaga to be the Gaga that we have today. It's just a whole tangent that I could entertain for a long time.
Sure. If you're a Gaga fan, shoot us an email.
sofatomatoespod@gmail.com.
It'll be in the description. Just look at the description.
It's
don't even worry about it.
You don't have to do hard.
You copy,
research,
and paste.
Control F. The most useful shortcut on a computer that has ever existed.
F.
Yeah. It's like find. It like pulls up the little...
Control F is Control Find. I thought, I was like, Control C. Isn't Control C copy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Control C, copy. Control V, paste. And then Control F is like when you want to search a word.
Yeah.
You just like type it in, and then it'll highlight wherever the word is on the page.
There you go.
Use it all the time. Use it every day at work.
If you have your technical difficulties, reach out to sofatomatoespod@gmail.com, and Mike will get back to you to solve your technical difficulties.
Yes, because not only is this a podcast for random hoopla, I'm also here to save your computers.
Yeah. Did you try turning it off and back on again?
No? Throw it out.
Throw it out. You don't need
it. It's dead. Speaking of dead things, I need new AirPods.
They're dead?
They're not dead, but I'm having issues where only one will play at a particular time, and then I have to take both of them out, put them back in the case, give it like 2 minutes for, I don't know, the computer to reset for some reason, and then it'll play. Mm-hmm. But I've been having to do that more lately, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm a daily AirPod user. Like, these things have miles on them.
Same.
So it's not like I'm gonna buy new AirPods and it's just gonna be a waste of however much it is. I think it's like $180 at Costco or something.
A little too much, but whatever.
But they
worth it
based on my usage. Like, they are worth that price, and they connect so seamlessly to my phone and to my iPad and to my computer that I'm just a sucker. I'm a full sucker. I'm Eve and Apple is the apple, and I eat that shit up.
That's a fact.
And I really do. You will never catch me with an Android phone ever again.
You used to be back in the day, right?
I had one Android phone
for the longest time
before I switched to Apple. And honestly, I purposefully destroyed that phone because I hated it so much.
Wasn't it like indestructible though?
It was.
You tried so hard to destroy it.
The one thing that ended up happening after all the fuckery that I did to it is like it just went blue. Like the whole screen, all the apps, everything was just like different shades of blue.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a Google Nexus something. It was like one of the first Google phones. Mm-hmm. And I think now Google probably puts out a solid phone.
You'll never know.
But you're right. But back in the day when it was just like iPhone for $10 billion or a Google smartphone for 200, I went Google. I'm not made out of money.
Ain't that a fact?
But now I will happily go in debt for an iPhone.
We're all in debt.
I will take out a second mortgage for an iPhone.
Wow.
And even a MacBook. Like, I will do that for a MacBook as well. And I've toiled with the idea of getting a new Mac because mine's not. It's over 8 years old now.
Do it. Dude, upgrade. Be part of the upgrade club.
But it's not, like, it still works. The only thing that sucks about it is just, like, it gets really hot.
Who gives a shit? Get started now before that thing craps out on you.
Well, no, I got to get it before the tariffs, mark up the prices by $600.
Right. I mean, that too. But also, like, get it before your current thing craps out on you, and then you, like, actually have to start from scratch.
No, that's so true. And I should get a hard drive and back up all the important things.
We're getting a hard drive, you guys.
Yeah.
No big deal. We have so much content out there these days that we have to get a hard drive to back
we
it
do.
up. No big deal.
Yeah, we do.
No big deal.
What do you have on your hard drive? Photos of your family? That's fucking gross.
I got too many photos.
What do we have on our hard drive that we don't have yet? Content.
We're putting it out there.
Nothing but pure, unadulterated. I don't know. Unadulterated content.
There you go.
And that's what we're here for. That's what you're here for.
That
content.
Yeah, we're giving it.
Glorious content. Didn't Bo Burnham make a song about content?
Probably, but I'm not a bowhead.
Oh,
he's good. He's good. Not a bowhead.
Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
So
it's great. Yeah. I like Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham's good. I do. I think he's good. I think he's fun. I think that he's got a way about him. But
I remember in COVID when everybody was dying and his Inside special was released on Netflix.
Right.
That was good. That was really good.
Didn't see it.
It's still on Netflix.
I believe it.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
It still hits today.
Okay. Is that your recommendation of the people?
Yeah, that would be my rec. Go watch Inside by Bo Burnham.
All right.
Go on his, depressive experience through comedy.
Sure.
Through comedy, which is one of the greatest expressions of human nature.
I agree.
It's comedy.
Totally. What what have you been watching lately, man? And you don't have to recommend this to the people. You've already recommended something, but
you're right.
What have you been watching?
What did I watch last night?
You could say
I watched a movie. I watched Erin Brockovich. You ever heard of this woman?
Yeah, but like barely.
It was a movie that came out, I think, in like 2000. It's based off a true story. Mm-hmm. I forget the actress's name. She's a very famous actress. whatever.
Whatever.
She plays Erin Brockovich. She's like a single mom who gets this job working for an attorney and stumbles upon PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric, a utility out in California, has been poisoning people.
Classic.
Through their like fuel enrichment process or whatever. So your car runs on a combustion system, right? It shoves gas into a piston, it ignites, and then it all moves, whatever. Water needs to be involved to keep the engine cool, so they added chromium to it to prevent your engine from rusting, whatever. Chromium in a particular form is very toxic to people. Cancer, all the diseases you can think of are possible through chromium. And that's what this plant was doing, is they were adding chromium to their fuel, and then all the byproduct was placed in these pools out in the back that weren't lined properly. So all of this toxic chromium waste was just seeping into the groundwater. Wow. She stumbles upon this by doing file work for this attorney, goes deep, so deep against PG&E, gets all the evidence, class action lawsuit happens. I believe she wins, settlements abound, end of film.
Wow. So you liked it?
It's great. It's a good movie. The acting, the main actress, who I forget her name, but y'all would know her if you saw her face, is very good. It's a great story of corporate fuckery that gets got by the people. Very similar to say like DuPont and their PFAS. If anybody is familiar with the PFAS of DuPont. If you have a Teflon skillet, throw it out immediately. I can't say that enough. Throw out all nonstick things that you own because they're toxic. They are killing you. I understand stainless steel is very tough to cook with because a lot of things stick to it if you don't heat it up properly. But less cancer.
Yeah. Die less.
Die less. Do you have a lot of nonstick pans?
I don't
and
think
things?
so, but I guess I don't really know.
Is it black? Do they have like black coatings on top of it?
One is maybe.
Yeah, get rid of her.
Okay.
Throw her out. She's trash. She's
killing
you.
You got it. You know what I've been watching lately?
No.
The Rehearsal.
Why does that sound so familiar?
Because you probably open HBO a bunch and you probably see it and see that it's a comedy and you're probably like,
ew, what's that?
I'm not going to watch this for myself.
Why seek joy when I can watch Erin Brockovich?
Even though you just sat here prior to talking about that show and said that comedy is like the best form.
Right.
You're like, fuck that for being what I consume.
But comedy requires tragedy. That. And so I seek tragedy.
Oh my God, dude, you would love this show. Anybody would love this show. This is one of the most interesting takes on reality TV show meets satirical comedy.
So is it scripted or is it reality?
Well, it's called The Rehearsal. So you have to imagine there's some sort of scripting going on.
Okay.
This is Nathan Fielder from Nathan For You. Have you ever watched Nathan For You?
Yes. Is he the guy that he's like, I have to unhandcuff myself within this time frame, otherwise I'm going to indecently expose myself to children?
Yikes.
Do you know this?
I hope not.
I think it is.
But it kind of could.
It's a joke. Like it's a bit that he did on another show.
Yeah, probably on Nathan For You. So Rachel and I are probably going to end up watching Nathan For You.
Okay. Is he very deadpan, very like monotone?
Very monotone.
Yeah.
Very deadpan. So what he does in this first episode of this show is he found this guy who has been lying to his trivia group about his educational, like how far he's come in his educational life. He told them that he has a master's and he has a bachelor's. Okay. Not that big. Like, wow. Good. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's further than I've gotten, will probably ever get.
You can get an associate's. It's not hard.
Whatever. Either way. So he got his bachelor's when these people don't know that he got his master's, but he told them, or he he told them that he got his master's. They don't know. And Nathan comes in and he's like trying to be logical with him. And then anytime that he pushes back,
like in a game of trivia.
No, trying to get him to overcome this and talk to one of his friends and tell them
that he lied about his education.
It's been 10 years at this point.
Okay.
He's been living this lie for so long.
Okay.
And in order to
And this is a real person?
Yes.
Or this is an actor?
Yes, real person.
Okay.
And Nathan Fielder has HBO paying for this whole fucking show where he literally recreates the exact bar that he's going to have them meet in. He hires an actor to like go in and meet her in real life and pretend to be somebody else to try to learn to be like her, and lets him run the simulation multiple times.
Oh my God.
With like all these different actors involved to give him the chance to like practice this huge thing.
Okay.
And then like
that's kind of fun.
Oh my God, it is.
That's a fun concept.
Unbelievable. People, anybody tuning in, watch the fucking rehearsal. Dude, it's so good. It is so good.
It kind of reminds me. Do you remember that?
I'm
show
getting goosebumps thinking about it.
That show on MTV where they would like get a mentor.
No. I remember some bad dating shows.
No. There was a reality TV show on MTV where it was like so and so in a small town wanted to be a bodybuilder or a supermodel, whatever.
Okay.
So then like a trainer would come in and they would, go on this like strict regimen for a couple months, and then at the end of the show they would compete in whatever they wanted to do. The fuck is it called?
I don't know. Get back to us.
But it kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Dude, you gotta watch this show. I'm telling you, Rachel and I have been captivated by it.
Okay.
We watched the entire first season. Dude, however that transpires, whatever, you're gonna love it. The next premise is he finds this woman who wants to have a baby, but wants to and Nathan allows her to simulate her dream life that she wants to have. Gets this house. She currently lives in a studio. Gets this house.
Mm-hmm.
Has a bunch, and there's all these laws about how long a child actor can work in Oregon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they have it where they're swapping the kids out throughout the day. They have it where after
so she can kind of
after a couple days go by, the kid will just age 3 years and it'll be an older actor.
Okay.
And it just keeps going. It is.
So it's like simulating life.
Oh my God. And it is so funny. And he lets her find some guy that could possibly be. And it is so unbelievable. It is so.
But that guy's an actor, probably.
No, he is a freak. He's a freak. He's a Jesus freak, and literally,
oh no,
he's a Jesus. She's a Jesus freak. But
no,
and it's hilarious, dude. You're gonna love it.
Okay,
you love this shit. You're gonna eat it up.
I'm into it. It sounds fascinating.
And this fucking guy would literally see a number somewhere or hear a number or the clock will say, he'll be like 88. The Bible, 88. Da, 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 da. And just any number that he just would see a number and relate it to.
88 is white supremacy numbers.
I'm sorry I said one random fucking number, but he did say 88 at one point. He also said 172. You're just saying random fucking shit.
Okay.
But
relating it to
connecting
Bible verses?
it to God and connecting it to it is
okay.
So cringe, so good. You must watch. And we're on the second season, and the second season is completely different.
How many seasons?
It just came out. The second season just started.
Oh, okay.
And this one has to do with the communication between pilots on airplanes, and he's running simulations with that and meeting with actual pilot. It is crazy how he is attacking these social situations.
Okay.
Dude,
pilots communicating to the plane,
to the captain, how
generally
pilots. Dude, watch the show. You got to watch it. Get back to me.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Unbelievable show.
So like, what's the goal here is to get said person to do what?
Okay, so there is
like, what's the end goal here?
So he's trying to figure out what is the reason that like two pilots would fight or argue over that could like lead to a crash.
Well, I'm
or
just,
something
okay.
like that.
Like, just big concept.
Okay.
What's the big overarching concept of this show? What is the end goal for the show? Like in the MTV thing that I'm describing, it's to get said person to achieve this goal.
He's like
Is
he's just running an insane experiment, and like he's hoping to.
So these are more social experiments than like I'm gonna do something to get this individual person's life better.
This second season so far, it appears that his goal is like for flight safety overall.
Okay.
In a certain way. So, and he's going to pilots mostly, and he's talking about how pilots communicate, how like the co-pilot won't even talk to the captain until they get on the plane. Even if they're in the waiting room together, they tend to be to themselves, and like it's very interesting. And
okay.
He sends in actors to learn about them, and then does like a whole thing again, and it's so funny. And he has and then there's this part where he does like the fielder method, and like it's so funny.
Okay,
it's
like
so
he has
funny.
His bits through it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
All right, I'm very curious about it. I think that's fascinating.
If you don't like the first episode, but you gotta watch the whole first episode.
How long is that?
Who cares? You can handle it. It's not going to be 2 hours. It'll be an hour, 44 minutes.
I don't know.
Jeez.
TV shows seem to be getting longer and longer these days.
Well, there's not commercials in between them because they're going on streaming. So
there is on like certain platforms.
Well, but you can pay to not have those commercials if you so choose.
True, yeah. But I am not giving Jeff more of my money. Who else has done commercials now?
Dude, Hulu, Netflix,
Hulu has so many commercials.
Disney's doing them now. If you don't pay the extra buck.
I forgot Netflix is doing commercials now. The only ones that stay strong: HBO, no commercials.
Paramount
has commercials.
My Paramount doesn't have commercials.
Apple has no commercials.
What are you talking about? Paramount has commercials.
I thought it has commercials.
You have my Paramount. You get a commercial before the show starts.
Right, yeah, that's a commercial.
Okay.
You don't get mid-reels.
You get a commercial on HBO then.
Yeah, well, okay. No mid-reels.
No, not a mid. No
mid-reels.
No mid.
No mid-reels on Paramount. No mid-reels on HBO.
Look at us over
but
here
Amazon, all of them, they all have mid-reels, and it's stupid, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole, like with streaming, everyone was like, no commercials, how great. But now I think we even get more commercials.
Yeah, we're coming back around.
Than if we were watching like regular cable.
For sure. Because then they're like, oh, we're going to give you 3 minutes.
Right.
Straight.
So not only am I paying to subscribe to this platform, the company is also making money on advertisements.
Yep.
So this shit should be cheaper.
No.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I agree, but no. Sorry.
Money.
Sorry.
Money.
So, anywho, the fucking rehearsal, man. It's so good. You got to check it out.
Okay.
The people need to check it out.
I have seen it, like the title card.
I'm sure you have.
HBO, but I have not watched it.
It's just nuts. So, I'm loving that. That's what I recommend to the people. And it's good. So.
Okay, lovely.
And let me tell you something.
No.
So for those of you who know or don't know, Mike gave me some sourdough starter.
You're right. Bridget is in this house.
And I poured over the data. I went on websites. I looked at videos. I was doing all kinds of things. Trying so hard.
So tell me what happened. Like, give me a breakdown of like where you think you went wrong.
So at first, what was important was feeding Bridget to get her into a position where we can cook with her.
Right.
And so I fed. And then once you feed, you got to wait.
Well, so when you got her, I probably should have told you this. She might have needed like 1 or 2 feeding sessions before she would get like.
This is her first feeding. and I was like, feed, wait.
Yeah.
A while.
When was the last time you fed her?
It's been 3 days now.
Okay.
I fed her, waited a while, and then I was like just kind of like mixing, trying to see if I can get the consistency that the internet was telling me to get.
Yeah.
And I was not getting there. So I was just kind of like add more flour, a little bit of water, but more flour than water to try to get where I'm trying to get.
Right.
And I, let it sit for a couple hours, come back to her, see if I can get that consistency. Well, I thought that I had that consistency, and then I saw something online about in order to confirm that you have that consistency, you can drop like a ball of it in the water and see if it'll float.
Right. Yeah. The float.
You familiar with this?
I know the float test.
So I float tested.
Not sank like a
not
rock.
Ready. Sank. Oh boy. But so I said, all right, well, let's try again. Like we'll just add a little bit more flour, give it some time, add a little bit of water with it, mix, kind of like play the game, do the dance. I'm playing the game, I'm doing the dance, and then finally I'm like, all right, float test number 2. Let's give this a shot.
I mean, she's already active. You technically don't have to do a float test.
I want to do it. I want to see it. I want steps.
All
I
right.
want to feel it.
Yeah, do it for you.
I want to do what the internet's kind of telling me to do to make sure. I'm such a non-confident cook or baker when it comes to things that I'm not like. I'm like over here and like everything's going on over here. If you're watching the YouTube, you're gonna know what the fuck just happened. But it's crazy.
I'm over here. Everything else is over there.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So, anywho, so I drop a little bit of dough right there in the cup to see if I can get some float going and sink.
Okay.
But as it sinks, it then like went up and just like wasn't floating at the top.
No,
not floating at the top.
But she was
not at the bottom either.
Was suspended in the water.
Suspended at the bottom a little bit, but some suspension. So I was like, fuck it. I have already had my work. I'm gonna try to make a dough here. I'm gonna try to make my own thing.
Okay.
So I take the cutting board out to give myself a little bit of room to play with. I put some flour down. I got some flour on my hands. What
are you doing with it? What? Just
I'm gonna put the dough down. I'm gonna start folding it over, and I'm gonna start trying to just like get it into a.
Wait. Okay, so you did your float test.
Yeah.
And then did you?
What am I supposed to do next? What did I not?
You gotta mix it in a bowl.
But so I put it in put it in a bowl. I grabbed some salt.
You did
other things.
You did your grams, right?
Yeah. I mixed it all up. I'm sorry, I skipped some steps, but I did follow the internet.
Do you have a food scale?
I don't.
Okay.
So
that might help, but
eyeball.
But honestly, as I'm learning, like the rules of sourdough are not that strict.
Sure.
Like I don't follow them 100% all the time anymore.
Yeah. So anywho, I eyeballed. Probably didn't do it right. Probably missed everything by a bunch.
Okay.
But still felt good about it. Let's give it a shot.
What was like your consistency? Like what type of, were you working with like a real stiff dough?
Sticky dough.
Okay. Yeah.
Extra sticky.
Okay. In the beginning, it should be.
It was. Yeah. Well, it was. And
did you do stretch and folds or did you do?
I couldn't even. It was so sticky that I couldn't get it to a point where it would.
So the first round of stretch and folds, generally it's a very stick experience.
Okay.
It's only after a couple rounds of stretch and folds is the gluten developed enough to where it won't stick as intensely.
Okay. So maybe I was on the right track and I just couldn't keep up.
Maybe.
Yet.
Yeah.
Because I did that for a while. For like I didn't get a full stretch and fold. I was just kind of like feeling the consistency, trying to move it around, trying to see if I can get it to some sort of ball. And I could not. I was not even close. And I made such a mess. Thank goodness Rachel wasn't home. And so I had to do
It can be a messy experience.
Oh my God. Flour everywhere.
Yep.
And then you were like, don't get a bunch of dough down the drain. You're going to regret it. So I'm like, all right, I'm paper toweling. I'm this, I'm that. I'm trying to keep it out of the sink, put it down the
Yeah,
garbage.
you don't want any starter. Like you can once your bowl is like a little bit clean, like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, a little here, a little
when
there.
You go to discard, right? Like you want to like
garbage.
Get rid of half
right
to the trash.
To the trash.
Or I actually have a separate jar where I keep all of my discard in.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you can do discard recipes.
That's
a whole other thing. Let's
yeah,
just
get, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that.
Let's get one loaf.
So yeah. So I pretty much threw out as much as I could, and then I kind of had it just sitting on the counter for a couple days just to see what happened with the dough itself. 2 days.
Okay.
And
like this massive dough on your countertop for days?
2 days.
Okay.
In a bowl.
In a bowl. Okay. Covered or uncovered?
Covered.
Okay.
Covered, paper towel, damp on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
you got nothing. No bubble. You got bubbles.
I got work. Yeah, no, it was dancing. It was okay. But I knew I wasn't gonna cook. I just ended up throwing it away. I'll try again.
Yeah.
After this week.
Bubbles is a good sign.
Yeah.
Bubbles means fermentation, means gas.
And I was getting growth. I was getting like it was happening. I just got to get the timing down. I got to get a food scale, and then I want to get one of those things to use to kind of like get under.
Oh, a bench scraper.
A bench scraper.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those. So that
bench scrapers are really nice for like the shaping part of it.
Yeah.
And then even like well, you can get like almost a dual action one because like I have a solid metal bench scraper, so it doesn't like fold and get into the bowl very nicely. So with that I use like a larger spatula.
Right.
But you can buy like what is like plastic, whatever, bench scrapers that like will fold to the bowl and make it really easy to like scoop in and do all the stuff you need to do. But okay. I mean, I looked at Bridget a couple minutes ago.
You're right.
She is looking a little hungry.
I believe that.
Not the end of the world, though.
Yeah, I'll feed her.
And
I gave her a go. That's the reason.
It might not be a bad idea to transition her
into like a jar.
Yeah. Something like that. And then, I mean, I saw you were using a spoon, like a metal spoon to do the mixing.
Metal spoon, no good.
In my brief research, they said like avoid using metal for some reason. I don't know why.
Interesting.
But I don't think that like it's that big of a deal. But generally, I would prefer to use a spatula just so you can really scrape off all the dry flour that like sometimes collects on the bottom and the sides.
Sure.
Because you want everything to be as well incorporated as possible.
Okay.
You don't want any dry
That's
bits.
an easy change. Easy change.
Yeah.
I could do that.
But maybe after this, I can do a feeding for Bridget and give her 24 hours and she'll probably be pretty good.
Okay. All right. It's because I'm very intrigued and I was having fun.
Because I prepped a loaf.
Yeah.
And usually, so if I go from, say, like a relatively inactive Bridget, I usually will give her 6 to 12 hours before I bake with her after a feeding.
Totally.
So last night I fed Bridget. This morning, like right before I left here, I prepped a loaf.
Sure.
And technically, like you can't, I don't know. This is like when the rules get a little stupid and I don't really think it matters. Where after you like create your loaf, like your dough ball, whatever.
Right.
You let it rest for an hour and then you begin your series of stretch and folds or whatever you want to do.
Correct.
I'm trying something a little bit different where what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her bulk ferment for a little bit longer before I start doing my stretch and folds just to see if that really matters.
Okay.
And I don't think it will. Because my last loaf that I did, I prepped it. I no stretch and folds, nothing. I literally just like got it into its ball and then put it immediately in the refrigerator. And then it sat in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And then I pulled it out to bulk ferment the next day. So then the next day, it sat on the counter, heated up, expanded, bulk fermented. I did my stretch and folds. And then I put her back in the fridge the next, like that night. So in 72 hours, I baked her. And she might have been a little bit over fermented. It's possible. I think that's true. And she tasted a little bit more sour. So usually, what I'm going to assume that means is that Bridget ate most of the flour, and it was really starting to ferment, and it was going to give you that sour taste. But it turned out fine. Like it expanded decently. The crumb was okay. So there are like, once you kind of figure out like the textures and the viscosity of things that you're looking for, I think it's a very forgiving process. Like making bread is not hard.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna figure it out.
And then I want to get ambitious. I want to start making like crazy recipes.
Hell yeah.
Like I really want to do sourdough cinnamon rolls.
Fuck yes.
Doesn't it sound fucking delicious?
Anything cinnamon roll, I'm in.
And then one of these days, I'm going to throw my hat into the ring and I'm going to try and make croissants.
Yum.
I'm going to try it, but it is a very involved process and it can go wrong very easily.
What about donuts?
You could do sourdough donuts.
Could you handle a donut, you think?
Yeah, I could make a donut. I just, I don't love frying things.
Yeah.
But I could do it.
Something to think about.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Okay.
But yeah, welcome to the sourdough journey.
Yeah, I'm in it.
This is the new thing for white people. We make bread.
I guess we'll see what happens. Well,
but it's also nice.
It's
so much better. Like once you really are like get into it and you start having your own bread consistently, you realize how shitty the grocery store bread is.
Totally. Like
the Wonder Bread is not bread. Wonder Bread is fucking, I don't know, chlorine bleach mixed with flour.
Yeah, I'm wheat bread
through
and through as it is at the store. I don't really. You're not going to catch me going white bread or anything like that. But it's so
crazy to me that you can make a beautiful loaf of bread with 3 ingredients: water, flour, salt.
Boom, boom, boom.
Just and like then you go to the grocery store and you buy a similar loaf of bread that has 60 ingredients in it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Crazy talk.
Weird.
Crazy. And the Republicans wonder why the European Union won't buy our produce.
Yikes.
Because it's got so much shit in it.
All right, I got another story for you. You ready?
Yeah, hit me with that.
All right. So I am a designated dog walker in this house. I move these dogs around. I enjoy it. I like getting out there, like going on a little walk, like taking the dogs.
Yeah.
I took Harry yesterday after he ate on a walk right after dinner. And there's this hefty, big guy. Huge.
Is he like walks like
on You've the seen
street
him
here? Yeah.
You've seen him.
Yeah, he's got to take some breaks. It's a little tough for him to walk larger distances.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's not the nicest guy.
Oh, he's not?
Not to me.
Oh.
He's
probably in pain.
I'm sure he is, and I'm sure he's got his own struggles, and don't want to talk too much shit.
Sure.
But I'm going to talk a little shit.
Yeah, as is your right.
This guy sits down on the sidewalk, like by the sidewalk, whatever, sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
we share the sidewalk. You can do what you'd like. Whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yesterday, I'm walking Harry, and any time that just about anybody's on the sidewalk and I'm walking my big dog, I'm going to hop into the grass with him and like give space so that the
wide berth.
The other person has, they feel safe.
Yeah.
And B, I don't want any trouble. My dog's so nice anyway, but he's just like excited sometimes.
He's a very excited boy.
And that's all.
Yeah.
So I'm walking past this guy and I step into the grass and I'm pulling Harry and we're walking and he might get like a foot and a half away from this guy who's just sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Harry didn't do nothing, didn't open his mouth, didn't make a noise, just got somewhat a little close.
Okay.
But not.
Like, would you say Harry entered his personal space?
I would say no.
Okay.
I would say definitely not.
Okay.
And he turns to me as I'm just walking by. He goes, "You better control your dog."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I said, I got him. He's fine. He goes, "Your dog almost bit me. You better keep that dog away from me." And I said, "Quiet you." And I just kept walking.
You told that man, "Quiet you."
Yeah.
Verbatim?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just kept walking.
Bold.
And he starts swearing at me.
Of course.
He's like, you motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. And I just keep walking, and I turn, and I'm like,
catch me.
Come and get me.
Come and catch me.
Come and get me. And I flip him the bird.
Wow.
And I'm like, let's fucking go.
Contentious
Come
neighbor.
and get me. You're scared of my dog. You're not going to get close to me.
Right.
Get the fuck over here.
Oh, my God. Drama on the sidewalk.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
And anywho, so either way, I still would prefer to, I'm still going to try to avoid him on the way back if he's still sitting there,
Yeah.
I don't, he should have just minded his own damn business. Mind you, I looked at this guy right in the face. Eyes were bloodshot red.
Okay.
Bloodshot red. Pupils huge.
Dilated.
Huge.
Okay.
Mind you.
So we're thinking he's on other things.
Hey.
Mind altered.
Could just be chilling and could have just been a sunny day.
Right. Could be tired.
Whatever.
Your eyes get red when you're tired.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And so I walk all the way around, take the extra route. Dude moved over 2 buildings and is now sitting in front of that building. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, got to turn around. And I walked all the way back around. No problems, nothing. But what the motherfucker?
Yeah, okay, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And he definitely struggles to walk distances.
That's fine.
I
would have never said a thing to him.
No.
I would have said, have a good day.
Right.
Anything.
Like watch your dog almost bit me.
Didn't do a dang thing.
Is a little extra.
Didn't do a dang thing.
When nothing happened.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then what did you say to him again?
Quiet you.
Quiet you. Now those are fighting words.
I don't give a shit.
You definitely brought out the fighting words.
Are you kidding me?
I think so, because I think the just that phrase "quiet you" is
kind of like mind your business type of thing. Like,
yeah,
my dog didn't bite you. My dog wasn't in your space.
See, but okay, so
I'm just like, quiet you. Like,
instead of being like, I got him, he's under control. Like, don't worry about it. Whatever. That's one way to end that conversation, but enough to say like quiet you. It comes off a little, it's contentious. It comes off a little like it's a fuck you.
You should have heard his tone talking to me.
You're right. I think
you should have heard his tone talking to me, and I'm going to tell you something else. He doesn't need a lawyer. Okay?
No, he doesn't. But
he doesn't need a lawyer.
I'm an advocate for the devil. We all know this.
I'm not saying he's the devil. I'm like I said. I'm sure he's got his own struggles. I'm sure that life's hard for all of us.
Right. Well, I just feel bad when I see this guy on the street and he can't walk more than 10 feet without needing a break.
I get it.
That's a tough life to live. Like,
it is.
I really do have a lot of sympathy for people like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's like a huge fear of mine.
Yeah. No, I'm
Is that crazy? I mean, I'm just gonna be honest here.
It's not crazy.
I am so terrified of becoming like a morbidly obese person.
Yeah. I want to be able to,
like the 600-pound sisters. You know them? Like,
I don't think so.
You've never heard of the 600-pound sisters?
Maybe. You hear so many things.
It is. There are things you can do. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God. Everybody else does.
Okay. Well, that's good. So I kind of got into it with that guy. And
okay. So you hate each other. Out for blood.
I really don't hate him at all.
He hates you and your dog.
I just like I got my dog's back, plain and simple. I got my boy's back.
Yeah.
I got his back. That's my dog.
You're right. That's your child. That is your son. Don't ever look at my son.
My dog's never hurt anybody or never done anything in anything related.
I've actually never seen him be aggressive to anything.
He's the furthest thing from aggressive. It's unbelievable.
Like with Remy, I've heard him growl and all that jazz, but Harry never. I've never witnessed anything.
So yeah.
Okay.
I hope that I casually stroll.
Where do you think
past...
that guy lives? Where do you think he's got to be somewhere around here? If he's walking this street all the time,
I really don't know.
Maybe he's just in the next building over.
I don't know. I have no idea. I just, I hope that I walk past him and we just let bygones be bygones.
Maybe one of these days you'll catch him in the gym. And he's transitioning his life around, and then he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, you know that one time where I cussed you on the sidewalk? I'm really sorry about that.
I'm cool with it.
My menisci have been shredded from all the weight that I've put on them.
Totally.
And I was really going through it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel for the guy,
But fuck that guy.
But fuck that guy. In that particular instance, fuck that guy. And I'm sure that I'm not the first person that he's.
No,
I walk because I'm telling you, I walk both of these dogs 3 times a day. Each dog gets 3 separate walks pretty much a day from me.
Wow.
Okay, I never have any issues with anybody, but this guy, we had an issue.
Yeah. I mean. What to say?
There's nothing to say. It's all right.
No, I think
right.
Maybe one of these days. I'm just shocked that somebody like that in that position would be so almost aggressive in a way.
Yeah.
Like, mean and aggressive. I'm for somebody that needs help, obviously, like he needs help.
Yeah.
Just to move, right? Mobility reasons alone, whether or not like finances and all that other shit involved, I wouldn't see them being so aggressive.
There's no need for it. So, anywho, I am sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said quiet you, I will apologize, I guess.
I think in defense of your dog, I can understand the quick reaction of quiet you, but it's a little bit condescending, and I can see how that set him off.
Whatever.
Because that would probably set me off,
It would not.
If I'm like, okay, so let's say in this hypothetical that a dog actually did get a little too close to me and did like snap. And I said like, hey, this...
Okay, but that's a different... That's not what happened. No, but entertain
the hypothetical.
No, I'm happy to entertain the hypothetical, but in that hypothetical, I would have never said quiet you if my dog snapped.
Well,
if my dog snapped, I would say, I am so sorry. I got him. Let me pull him this way. I'm gonna bring him inside right now, and that's on my dog. And I
that's being a responsible
I will turn
owner.
to my dog, and like I get that, but what happened was my dog trying to catch a sniff from over 1.5 feet away from this guy.
Right.
Trying to catch a sniff. No mouth open. You couldn't see a tooth. It was, and that was it.
Okay. So that's your hypothetical. And
no.
That was your lived experience.
No. Yeah, not hypothetical.
That's
reality.
Get it.
Reality situation. So what hypothetical?
Now my hypothetical.
Bring it. Go ahead.
That I was going to get to before
Go ahead.
Was so rudely interrupted.
It wasn't rude. I just want to make sure that we're no problem.
So I'm going.
No problem.
My hypothetical.
I got you, dog.
You are walking a dog.
Yeah.
Your dog gets aggressive. It snaps. And instead of being a responsible dog owner, you essentially, dismiss your dog's actions and then you hit him with a quiet you.
Sure.
That, to me, you're the bad guy.
For sure. Agreed.
That's bad guy energy.
With you. Same page.
And I have met a handful of bad dog owners in my time. I don't know if you have as well.
Oh, yeah. They're out there.
And the amount of times that I have spoken to these said bad dog owners, and I said, like, hey, you might want to, like, try this, try that.
Sure.
And the amount of actions I get where it's like, you don't know. You don't know my dog. You don't know what they know and don't know. I'm like, yeah, what I do know is that this dog's going to bite somebody. And it's going to be put down. I'm actually saving your dog.
I agree.
And alas, we still have bad dogs in the world.
Yeah. Bad owners.
Bad owners. There's no bad dogs, only bad owners.
Bad owners that, train their dog wrong. My dog is trained very well. Very nice.
I followed this woman.
Sniffly.
I didn't follow this woman on TikTok, but my algorithm on my For You page, it hit me with this woman who has a dog. And it literally bit the fuck out of her face. So like now she has a whole reconstructed face.
Oh my God.
Still has the dog. Still has the dog that bit her fucking face off. That to me is crazy. crazy. If Jolene bit me in the face, I'm sorry, babe. I love you, but we ain't doing that. And you're going to get your ass back in the shelter.
For real?
Because that's, bite the hand, bite the foot, whatever. Sometimes when she's being like playful and she wants my attention, she'll give me like a little nibble on my leg when I'm like in the kitchen or something. Totally. And that's cats. Cats like love bite.
Love bite.
That's kind of their thing. But if she was to like fully aggressive bite me, no.
Right. That doesn't fly.
Immediate scruff of the neck. Air jail.
It's over.
Immediately.
Totally.
But with her, because she's a precious, sweet little angel that does nothing wrong, I don't have to worry about that.
So,
is that your hill today?
No,
that guy can go fuck himself.
Absolutely not. No. I'm not going to hold on to that. Honestly, I'm ready to move on from it. It's
bygones.
We're him to me to him. We're peanuts to each other. We don't give a shit. It's just whatever.
Yeah, very little consequence
peanuts
on each other's lives.
It's not going to be a long term.
Well, do you have a hill?
Yes, you know what? I do actually, and I wrote it down earlier just because I thought of it earlier.
Wow.
And it's like kind of vague, but also just.
So, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I mean, are you ready? You got one?
I have one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm prepared.
Wow.
I am prepared.
I want you to go first just because I've gone first a couple times lately, and I want to hear what you got. If you steal my hill, so help me God, I will quiet you.
I would be shocked if this is your
I
hill.
will quiet you.
So, maybe name for the podcast, Quiet You. So, in the grand Catholic news that we have a new pope.
Yes, we do.
For those of you that might not have caught the news, the smoke went white. Francis is dead. And we got a new papal pope.
The
papacy is paping, and the new pope is from Chicago, ladies and gentlemen.
The Bears.
He is from the South Side. I believe Dalton, Illinois is where he's from. But as the Chicago pope, I need this city to now deck the fuck out of everything pope. I need Pope hot dogs. I need Pope t-shirts. I need Pope deep dish. I need papal paper plates. I need anything Catholic and gaudy in Chicago to exist.
Love it.
I need all of that I need my local jewel to just overflow with papal energy.
Love it.
And I hate the Catholics. I hate the Catholic Church. And I'm a firm hatred, like undenying hatred, because they are arguably one of the most evil institutions that have ever existed in the world. But when you tell me we got a pope from Chicago, bitch, I need it. I need it.
Bring the pope.
So my hill is that this city now needs to capitalize on our new Catholic fame.
Yep.
And we need to monetize the fuck out of it.
First ever in the U.S.
First ever American pope.
Crazy.
First ever. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I just said crazy. I didn't say good or bad.
You're right, but I took it to the good or bad thing.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if this is a rumor or a thing, whatever. But it was said that the first American pope would happen when the United States has lost its cultural supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of lost our perception and standing within the world. So this new American pope is to help kind of keep America together in the eye of the world stage.
Right.
Because Trump has destroyed our reputation.
Ain't that the facts?
And it's so crazy how that was able to happen in such a short amount of time. But that's what he does. That man literally just destroys things.
He sure do.
But he cannot destroy our Pope.
He can't.
He's my Pope. Hashtag my Pope.
Hashtag my Pope. Good stuff.
Even though he hates the gays.
Well, it's complicated.
It's complicated because he's down to let the immigrants be immigrants, and the United States should not deport everybody and their mother, which is great. Love that.
Like that.
But he also thinks that I shouldn't be allowed to get married, which
not fair.
I'll give and take.
Give and take.
Give and take. For not get married for a Pope hot dog, I'll consider it.
Okay.
I'll consider it.
You're in. All right. Ready for my hill?
Yeah.
My hill is with feeling older. My hill is that there was just not enough time in the day.
You're right.
There's just not enough. And it just feels like some days that there's just so many things that have to get done. And we need longer days.
All right. So
I know that it's a silly thing.
No. We need to slow the rotation of the Earth. That's the only way that would make longer days.
I don't know. I don't have the answer. I just have the hill.
So your hill is that days need to be longer.
My hill is that there's just not enough time in the day, and I die on that hill. And I'm tired of it.
So
I
not enough time in the 12 hours of sunlight or in the full 24-hour gambit.
Just not enough time for me to emotionally get done what I need to get done.
Emotionally, you gotta fully process what you're doing.
There's just not enough time for it all to happen.
Okay,
and it's a shame.
Give me an example, I guess, because I understand.
No, it's just day to day.
I understand in broad terms.
Every day.
But okay.
Every day.
Do you need like a counselor or something?
No, I don't need counsel.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
There's not enough time in the day.
There's just not enough time in the day.
As I age, as you age, as we all age, the days just go
I don't
by
age.
You don't look it, but
I don't
you do.
age.
You don't look older. You look younger every day.
Even though I have gray hairs now.
Yeah, well, join the club.
Crazy.
It's not that crazy.
Although I'm excited to be a silver fox.
Me too. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Every time I see gray hair, I tell Rachel, I say, hey, 2 weeks. I'm going to be all...
I'm so excited for that salt and pepper look.
For sure.
I'm very excited about that, actually.
Yeah, that new podcast in the future, Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper. Yeah. You think that we would take from like the music group?
No, that's Salt and Pepper.
All right. This is the white version.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Hard R on the pepper.
No. Shut up.
We were all thinking it. I just said it.
Yeah, didn't say it. Chose against saying that. So anywho, not enough time in the day. Harry is in the shot. You're not. You're in now. And
he's become quite the like sexual deviant.
Harry.
Yeah.
I've
never seen so much rocket before.
It was the only time that he had done it was then, and then like a day after, but he hasn't done it since.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so glad there's there's gay representation in this household.
For sure there is. Are you kidding me?
But incest is where I draw the line.
True.
So like, Harry, you are so welcome to live your truth.
Yeah.
Live your truth, babe. But that's your brother. And
he'll figure it out.
There are laws for that reason.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. So that's what I got. And can you believe that I wrote that hill down and it's not that good of a hill?
I can't believe that. I can.
So
because that's important.
I think it is.
I have journals like throughout my house, and they're full of absolute bullshit.
Of course.
And so like if I was to die, I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah, I'll hit that wood.
And people and my loved ones were to go into my apartment and read my journals, they would probably say like, "Holy fuck, Michael needed so much help."
Yeah.
But I'll read them and I will say, "Holy fuck, I needed so much help." But then I'll also read these sentences where I'm like, that really wasn't eating as much as I thought it did.
For sure. But there, throw enough shit at the fan, something's gonna stick though. So
you're right.
Just keep putting stuff down there, and then you're gonna open it up one day and be like, I actually got a winner here.
No, and writing is a muscle.
Totally.
It is something that you have to exercise to get good at.
I agree. I really do agree with you there. So I don't have much else for this particular podcast. I feel like we hit some good stuff. We told some stories. We, got some good things for people to check out there.
Now I just want an email.
Oh my God. Listen, if you made it through a full hour, 9 minutes and 12 seconds, do us all a favor. Just shoot a quick little email. Give us something to read off next week. And
I know you have an email account. Everybody these days has an email account.
I know you have 5 email accounts.
Even homeless people have email accounts these days.
Create a new email account. Be anonymous. We won't say your name.
Yahoo, Hotmail,
SBC Global.
SBC Global.
Yeah, you haven't heard that one in a while.
No. But I want it.
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Sofa Tomatoes Pod at gmail.com. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'm Tom Sofa.
And I'm Mike Tomato.
And check us out next week.
Goodbye.
Toodles.
Love you.
See ya.